Okay, we're on. Hey, so welcome back.
Hey.
Hey, welcome back. What day are we? Day 4? 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, babe, this is 5.
Right. Well, this is our 4th wine.
Was it 4?
I think
It's
so.
4.
Yeah, it's number
Yeah,
4.
it's 4.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, and Stephanie is.
It's a Chardonnay.
It's Chardonnay.
And we
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Those are bottles that Stephanie found for me somewhere because I love a Chardonnay, and so we got Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
look where we
Genre.
Oh,
So
okay.
you know what? So I'm going to start with this, Jess. I'm not even going to let you go into the fancy details of Chardonnay. I'm going to go ahead and go with our fun book here. It says the genre for a Chardonnay is fantasy.
Oh yeah. Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
So you know how our friend here, Holly, is crime. Yours is fantasy.
Fantasy. Oh, love it.
It says a white grape can morph into many things depending on what the winemaker wants to create.
And let me know when I can talk about cheese.
All right, Barb. All right, we'll get right there.
I have cheese stuff.
I would expect nothing less.
Okay. Hold on.
I would also like to address the fact that I'm wearing a hat. And the reason why is because I've been wearing it all day. And y'all do not want to see me without my hat on right now. And it's a cute hat.
It really does. And it really goes with your pajamas.
And when I nod my head, the ball on the top moves.
It'd be even better if it had a little bell in there, a little jingle bell, and you could like nod your head and go jingle, 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 jingle.
So, I just have to say, Scott would love that. He would love that.
Jingle, jingle, jingle. He would know where you were. He would know where you were at all times.
Coming.
At all times, you would know where I am.
Coming. Yeah.
Scott doesn't want a bell.
Mm.
He said no.
So Chardonnay, it's a bit like reality TV stars.
Oh.
This grape pops up anywhere and everywhere it can. You can't escape it. You can't escape it, Jess. It's just like we can't escape you. It's one of the so-called noble grape varieties.
It's noble. Did you hear that? Wait. Let's stop there. Let's say noble. Okay, good. Keep going.
Noble grape varieties.
Yeah.
A better class of grape, if you like. I've heard lots of people say that they don't like Chardonnay,
which they just don't know what they're talking about.
Without realizing that it's the grape behind the great white Burgundy wines, including Chablis. I don't know if I said that right. I don't know. I suspect these same people have been left traumatized by an over-oaked Chardonnay at some point in their lives, and therefore haven't returned to it in a hurry. However, the over-oaked Chardonnay style is less common now, thanks to changing taste and responsive winemaking, even though the noble winemaker here of Jess Cannon would Jessica Durst, actually.
Bring on the oak. Bring it.
As a grape, it is relatively easy to grow and ripen, producing sizable crops. The actual taste of the grape is pretty nondescript, but winemakers love the malleable character of Chardonnay. They can really play around and influence the end result with their winemaking trickery.
Ooh, noble and a trickster.
That's totally you, Jess.
I like that trickery.
There are many other things that it says in here. Whether you want tropical fruit flavors, a peachy queen, a steely Chablis wine, style wine, or even one that with sparkles, there will be a Chardonnay for you. I've just got to help you find it.
I'm loving everything that Helen just said. Helen is wise. Helen's wise. Helen's very wise. Wise.
Particularly the word trickery.
Trickery.
I know. I mean, a little trickery here.
Trickery and noble.
Noble
Really
and
does.
trickery. Yeah.
Okay, so where's this Chardonnay from? Tell us, Jess. Now you can talk about the wine that we're drinking, but I had to tell you a little bit about
Well,
Chardonnay.
I think
grape first.
Holly should tell us where it's from since she's there.
Oh, you're there.
in
Where are
Chile.
you? Holly,
Chile.
where are you?
Chile.
Chile.
I've never had Chilean Chardonnay.
It's
Neither have I.
it's actually I don't even know how to pronounce the Nan. Scott might know how to say this because he's been to Chile multiple times. How do you say that, baby? How do
Nancagua?
you say it? Nancagua? Is that what?
I totally
Nancagua?
think that's it.
On the back.
No,
I mean, I
I'm looking at
totally
it.
think that's what it is. I mean,
He's not helping.
Oh,
it's fine. It's what it is.
But I Googled it and this is what it looks like. So
Nancagua.
we're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably Nancagua.
Nancagua.
Yeah, Nancagua. Yeah, Nancagua.
Mhm.
Chile.
Welcome to Nancagua.
Perfect. Which apparently is the ideal climatic conditions for vine growing. So accordingly, they produce top quality wines from carefully tended vines of up to 75 years of age. And the Chardonnay displays the attractive ripe peach and citrus notes of this classic variety, supported by crisp acidity and an enduring finish. It is delicious, or as their kid would say, alicious. It's alicious, served
Delicious.
as an aperitif, and is perfect partner to pasta in a creamy sauce, grilled fish cakes, and many Asian dishes. Well, I will say, okay, so I know we've had this conversation before. So, you know, and Stephanie, Helen is right. You know, the shift of Chardonnay.
Oh wait, no,
What?
I have the wrong picture.
Oh.
I have the wrong picture.
Oh.
From our one the other night. I will show you what. Hang on. Nicaragua, Chile. Looks like this is it. Okay, this is it.
Oh, you look like you're in the middle of a street.
Yeah.
I know it was hard to find a good picture of Nicaragua.
Oh, I
Chile.
feel like maybe you should just be on the party barge with me and Santa.
I know. And Santa
I feel like
and reindeer.
that would suit my personality more.
I love how the reindeer are naked. It's that kind of party barge.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, Santa is a little creepy. He's got a naked reindeer on the party barge with him.
Stephanie likes
I'll get out of the
reindeer.
picture.
I mean, there's no bathing suits on those reindeer. They're just going all commando on the boat.
Oh man!
I mean, we're drinking. So let's be honest. Santa has 3 naked reindeer on the boat with drinks.
Stephanie,
With drinks.
I have to tell you right now, I don't think I could love you any more than I do right now. I mean, I'm just gonna say that. I love you.
Why?
I mean,
I'm dancing with their naked reindeer.
yeah.
Because you're
I
naked
mean,
reindeer. I mean,
talk
seriously.
about creepy old man. I mean, those reindeer are probably barely 18.
Am I right?
Right.
And there's got to be a pedophile up on that boat driving them
That's what I'm
around.
saying.
I'm sorry, the camera's right there. I can't show you, but like this one right here, this is really like we should put a.
A
There we
bathing
go.
suit? Yeah. Yeah. A sticker.
I'll get in front of him. It's fine. I'll just get.
There you go.
Cover up the inappropriate reindeer.
Yeah. The
please.
reindeer crotch. I mean,
My eyes.
shows. I mean, there's reindeer crotch in our video. I mean, I'm not sure this. I mean, we're definitely not kid friendly. I mean, I knew that was true, but I mean, the whole naked reindeer
It's
crotch in the
fine.
video is. Yeah. So back to the
Cover up the
Chardonnay.
inappropriate reindeer.
I wonder what they're drinking. It looks like margaritas. So
Oh, it's totally margaritas or martinis, which
yeah.
a lot stronger than this Chardonnay.
Nothing wrong with either one of those.
I was gonna say, and knowing that stand, it probably has some, roofie in there too.
Stop.
I mean,
Listen,
mhm. Just saying.
Oh.
Ugh.
I mean, I could give. I would give you the story behind this ornament, but it's going to be highly inappropriate at this point. Because if you find out who I bought this for, you'd be like, you bought naked reindeer.
I mean, like, do you see? Wait. This is the reindeer. He's like, "What's up?
I know. He's like,
What's up?
oh
What's up?
yeah.
Hey."
Hey, like I like the one in the back who's like looking back up and looking at the camera. You know, they're like, I'm looking. It's like, you know, right. The drone is like over the boat.
Look at him.
Yeah, he's
got
like,
laid back with my mind on
mind on my money, and my money on my mind. I'm with you.
Oh no, I need to reevaluate. I need to reevaluate this gift. It's already being delivered.
I mean, it's
like I said, Stephanie, I don't think I can love you any more than
it's
I do.
perfect in its own way. So I mean, just
You know what?
think of the person who like put that together. I mean, they had to have thought that with naked reindeer in the crotch shot. I mean,
well, they're crossing their legs. They are crossing their legs. Look.
well,
That's
yeah.
true. They're crossing their legs.
But you know, the other are
I mean,
tastefully
like,
done. You know, but that one is like,
It kind of looks like
when
it
you-
kind of looks like I'm on the boat right now.
It
Yeah.
does. It does. And when you
I mean,
say
that was-
naked, I'm sorry, okay, but when you say naked reindeer, I mean, like, are reindeer really supposed to be wearing clothes? I mean, like,
when
if
they're on the
in their
boat, they
normal-
probably should.
No, but they should probably have swim trunks on if they're on the boat.
They're on the boat. I
Their
mean,
legs are crossed. If their legs are crossed, they're totally need to be like closed.
I mean, it's so realistic that reindeer would be on the boat with Santa, so might as well just go ahead with the swim trunks. I mean,
So do y'all want to hear about?
If we're gonna go there, I mean, are those female reindeer? Are they male reindeer? I mean, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you want to hear about cheese? Do you want to hear
About
about
what?
cheese?
Cheese. Oh yes,
Yes,
I do
cheese
want to hear
and
about cheese.
Chardonnay.
Please.
Cheese
Tell
and
me about cheese and
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Yes, we need to hear about cheese and Chardonnay. But when
Yes.
you get out of your Zoom, we can't. All we see is your face, your pretty face, your professional photo.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I had to go to my internet, so that's how you're going to find out about the cheese.
Oh, the
that
cheese,
best
okay.
goes with Chardonnay.
Okay.
Okay. Number one, Garrocha. It's a Spanish goat cheese. It's a big hit with people who claim not to like goat cheese, so don't worry about that issue.
Okay.
Camembert. Buttery
Ooh.
texture of Camembert is lovely with a creamy, soft texture of Chardonnay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We also have Shropshire blue
Yeah, I've heard of
cheese.
that. I've never had it. I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yes, one of the many styles of blue cheese that pairs well with Chardonnay.
I can see that.
Mhm.
We have Fontina
Yes.
d'Aosta.
Yeah,
Has a
Fontina.
grassy and floral flavor that can be lovely with Chardonnay.
Love me some Fontina.
And yeah, Tate de Moines. Tate de Moines.
Never heard of
This is a stinky cheese. Here's a stinker that's not as over the top as some washed rind cheese have the potential to be. It's a raw cow's milk cheese from Switzerland with a semi-hard texture that should be sliced thinly so it melts in your mouth.
Oh. Okay.
You're welcome.
Well done.
I will-
So
Okay.
so you're saying no cheddar?
No cheddar. Cheddar
cheddar.
was with what was the cheddar with? What did I say?
No, that was
The Tempranillo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Tempranillo. Because I
It
was
was a
eating Manchego
sharp-
at the time.
sharp.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I was going to say about
Okay,
Chardonnay
so-
that we talked about earlier was, so, you know, the quintessential, like, big California Chardonnay is, like, super oak. And honestly, that is one of the things that I've been able to impress upon people who are not white wine drinkers and gotten them to drink some white wine because of that sort of like deep oaky tannin kind of taste that it shocks them when, you know, they taste this white wine that would be so bold. But I totally understand the balance of like an acidic, citrusy, fruity Chardonnay. I mean, like this would be fantastic on a boat with Santa in the summer or whatever, versus, you know, something that is a little more, you know, full that you would drink with something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, creamy pasta dishes, not really boat-like food. So, yeah.
That's true.
Right. Yeah. So, but I do like me some oaky Chardonnay. Do like it. Tastes like
Wait,
butter.
Holly, where are you? There you are. Oh, Holly. Well,
Holly's
there you
face. Ooh, Holly's face. Okay.
are. Are you there?
I see her.
It says,
Yeah, I got really close. Pouring
okay,
my wine.
this says that this Chardonnay displays the attractive ripe peach and citrus notes of this classic variety, supported by crisp acidity and an enduring finish. It is delicious, served as an aperitif
Yeah, I
and
already
a
read all
perfect
that.
partner to pasta in a creamy sauce.
Yeah.
It's very leggy. Look, I can say it. It's leggy.
Oh, did you see
It's
some
got
legs?
lots of
Grilled.
legs.
Are you ready? It's
Yeah.
it's saying it should be served with grilled fish cakes.
Yeah.
Scotty just tried it. Do you like it?
It's a middle of the road.
It's a middle of the road Chardonnay.
Yeah.
That's what
And
it is.
many Asian dishes.
Yeah. I will say that of all the 2019 vintages that we've had, this one drinks the best.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Of
So,
the four
It's
we've
very
had,
fruity.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
three.
Well, this, yeah, I mean, compared to the other three.
Just, you know, the thing about it is though, is it's just kind of flat. It's just like flat.
Which is what I say every time somebody hands me an unoaked Chardonnay.
No, this you think that this is, you don't taste any oak in this?
This is not a very
This
oaky
is not,
Chardonnay.
this is not dry like a Chardonnay that I would have
Right,
like an oak.
right, right. This is definitely that other
It's
style.
not oaky or buttery.
Right.
It's not
This is
oaky
this
or
is that other
buttery.
style.
What is it?
Like,
What is
like it's like a citrus. Like they talk about being like citrus and
Yeah.
crisp. So I mean, like that's how
Very
I know. Like
citrusy.
if I read a description of Chardonnay and it says anything about like crisp, pear, peach, you know, blah blah
Steel
blah,
barrel?
then steel barrel. Yeah. Then I'm like, yeah, no, not my favorite. So, but if it talks about buttery, oak, you know, that kind of stuff, I'm like, sign
Right.
me up. So, but again, like I've come to appreciate.
JJ's not buying it.
With what? With this wine?
No, he just said
Did he try,
Yeah.
did he
I mean,
try
yeah.
it?
twice.
There you want some?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best. I mean, but I mean, I've had friends
Yeah.
who hate Chardonnay because of that oaky kind of thing. I mean, I have one friend who calls herself an ABC wine drinker, anything but Chardonnay.
But I think too, like the Chardonnay they think about is when they go to a wedding and you get a house Chardonnay that is I'm not knocking Woodbridge. Listen, I'll drink. I mean, if there's a Magnum of Woodbridge and I'm going to have a Pinot Grigio with dinner, I'm going to have a Woodbridge Pinot Grigio. It's fine.
Sure.
But I'm saying I'm not going to, like, when I think of a Chardonnay, I think of a
Yeah.
real dry. Like I cannot. And
Well,
it's not.
Holly-
This is smooth. This
Right.
is smooth compared to that.
To that. Well, Holly, remember when I gave you the cake bread the other night and you were like, oh, I like this. And I'm like, well, you should. You know, it's like, because that is a very well-balanced, very oaky Chardonnay. You know, it's not going to knock your socks off kind of thing, but it is one that you can showcase to people and say, this is what an oaky Chardonnay tastes like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's, you know, consistent and that kind of thing. So, but I mean, it's kind of like, I feel like Chardonnay,
I think
it's
it's good.
almost like Chardonnay has polarized, it's almost like two types. So like if we were going to do wine tasting, we would almost have to define, if you're going to bring a Chardonnay, you need to bring either an oaky one or a citrus one, because they're basically two different worlds of Chardonnay right now. I don't know if there's any other wine that does that. Can you think of any other wine that kind of has that's dichotomy like that?
Yeah. A Pinot Noir. I mean,
Oh, okay.
there are Pinot Noirs that are completely right field and completely left field. Like if you like mineral, if
Yeah.
you like that real earthy,
Yeah.
real woodsy, like there are Pinot Noirs that suit you. And then there are Pinot Noirs that are so bold they almost taste like a cab. You like both of those, but you don't want a yellowtail Pinot Noir, or you don't want because it's so watery, right? It's
I
so
think I want a medium body. Yeah.
Let's do it. Do you really want a yellowtail anything? I mean, because I gotta say that yellowtail anything is awful.
it's funny. I brought that
So
up
we
in
call it
conversation.
swill?
The other day.
We
Somebody
call
was
it in the hair house. We call that swill. It's not good.
Well,
Australia doesn't. I mean, Australia can do a lot of things. They can do some cute boys with good accents, and they can do amazing water views, but they cannot do wine. Leave the wine alone.
That's why the Sauvignon Blanc is like, that's a huge thing in Australia.
and Shiraz.
Okay,
I mean,
well.
if you go in the actual like the Syrah here versus the Shiraz there.
Yeah, in
I mean,
Australia.
but I've had one from Australia that was excellent. Other than that, I only know Yellowtail Shiraz. I mean, this is all I know. But they say it's supposed to be better. I don't know.
We should
Never
go
had
there.
it. We should do it. We should go.
Try. We need to go on a wine
Holly,
mission.
plan the trip.
I'm good.
Mission to Australia.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we have to do it. But I will say that I've never had an Australian wine that I like.
Well, and I don't know. I mean, but again, have we really looked for them? I mean, we don't usually go towards that. So maybe that needs to be
that's true. I have to say, I kind of avoid them. I avoided them. Like if I'm in a liquor store and I see Australia on the label, I'm like, and I go on Napa Valley or whatever.
So I mean, I'm thinking that may be one of our future endeavors is to research and find like a really good wine in that region. And I'll say this because this reminds me.
That's a good idea.
Right. So I went to this Kale dinner recently, and when we actually spoke with the winemaker, Kale, I asked him what kind of wines are your favorite right now, and he was talking about like he's really gotten into Japanese wines. I would never in a million years think of Japanese wines. I mean, I think of sake, right? But
you mean like sake?
No, like actual wine. So apparently, yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't have thought that in a million years. So we may have to explore.
So and I don't know if Japan is like China, because when Scott lived there, we were there a lot, and there was rice wine. That was what they drank there, and it tasted like gasoline.
It's not
good.
Right,
So I'm wondering if Japan is the same way. Is Japan like the rice? Use the rice wine where it just tastes like.
No, this was grapes. I mean, he was talking about the grapes in Japan, and it's talking about the climate there is actually very similar and perfect for wine growing for grapes. So, I mean, yeah,
I'm gonna call bullshit. I'm gonna call bullshit on all that.
Yeah, like
because let's just be very candid. Japan's been around a long fucking time. And if they're just
explicit.
and if they're just figuring out that they can grow grapes in Japan, something's wrong.
Right. Well, and it was one of those things when we had that rice wine when we were in China. It was like, when in Rome, let's drink what the locals drink, and then we were like, so I'm wondering if it's
I took a drink right before you did that, and I was trying not to like shoot it through my nose.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what are y'all rating this? What are y'all rating this Chardonnay?
I don't know. I like it. It's pretty good.
I think this is my favorite so far. I mean, I think I would, and I mean, mark my words, this would never have come out of my mouth prior to this very moment, but I think I would buy a bottle of this Unoak Chardonnay.
What? Who are you?
I know.
Do I know you?
I know.
From somewhere else. She's from some other planet.
Yeah, I'm a trickster right now. I'm a trickster.
Where's Jessica Keenan? We don't know her.
We don't
I mean,
know
I
this
would-
crazy lady.
I know, right? I'm with Stephanie. I mean, it drinks easy. It's smooth. I mean, again, I could totally
easy
do
for
this on a party barge with Santa and some naked reindeer.
With a Christmas tree in the corner,
Well,
by the way, with a star on top.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I could say that about all these wines we've had.
Well, right.
That you would drink on the
On the
boat
party
with
barge
Santa.
with Santa and the reindeer.
Yeah, you would.
Absolutely. With some naked reindeer. I could totally do that.
Right.
For sure. With all these. All of them.
Okay.
I don't
Did you-
I don't discriminate. Come on.
Hey, Jess, did you Vivino this?
I have not yet.
I just did.
And
3.4 stars from 209 ratings.
I would say that's the highest that
I
I've
was
seen
kind
so
of thinking
far.
I'd give it 3.4.
I was gonna do like not so much 3.5. I was gonna go like 3.25, 3.3. Like I would buy a bottle of 3, but not, not maybe 3.5 kind of thing. So somewhere between 3.5.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking 3.4. 3.4.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is if you saw it at 19th hole for $9.99 a bottle, you'd buy some.
Yeah, if I saw it at 19th hole for
hell yeah.
$9.99 a bottle, I'd buy it.
I would, and I would take it to your house and leave it for the summer.
Oh, you mean you buy me a couple of cases and leave it in my garage?
Could be. So if wine.com shows up here in the next couple weeks, you'll know what happened.
Okay, well, I mean, what did you
Stephanie,
give it?
what do you think?
What did you give it? No, what did you give it, Jess? Like
I'm gonna do 3.3.
I'll say
Holly?
3.4. But yeah, 3.4. I'm nicer than Jess. You can say that on all of them because
Yeah.
I always give them higher
That's
rating.
fair. Yeah,
So-
I think so.
So my only argument there is this is not a Chard. I mean, this is not a. I feel like I'm drinking no. I would put it at a 2.5.
You're drinking
What?
You're drinking the other type of Chardonnay. So Helen is right. I mean, there are people who
No.
are-
I don't think this tastes like a Chardonnay at all. Mm-mm.
Huh.
What does it taste like?
Box wine.
What was it?
Oh.
What does it taste like?
Oh.
I drink a lot of
Box
it.
wine?
Fine. Box wine.
And you would know. No, I'm just kidding.
Box. But what kind? What kind of box
It is
wine?
not. It is not dry oaky Chardonnay. It is
No.
not the dry Chardonnay that's not oaky. It is. It's not a stainless steel Chardonnay. It is not
Chablis?
either one of those
Is it
things.
Box Chablis?
It is. It is. Oh my gosh!
It's
It
Box
is
Chablis,
Franzia Chablis. It
is-
just might be
No,
the
it's
Box
not.
Chablis.
which is a Chardonnay grape.
It is not. Stop it. It's not Franzia. Stop it.
That was JJ. I'm sorry. He just had to pipe in.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
it could be box wine. I mean, Chablis. I mean, there are plenty of people who drink Chablis.
Listen, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm
it
not
may
saying
be-
I wouldn't drink it. I'm not.
Box wines that get 2.5 stars.
And there's some
I
good box
drink-
wine. I'm just gonna say.
I drink Boda Box Sauvignon Blanc.
Mhm.
I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm simply saying I don't think it is any character of any Chardonnay I've ever had in my entire
Well,
life.
I
All the
said that-
Chardonnays I've all had.
I was gonna say I said that last year with the Chardonnay we had in the other Advent calendar, and I was like, "This
not
isn't
a Chardonnay.
Chardonnay." So I gave it a really low rating because I'm like, "This isn't Chardonnay." Well, I mean, and typically I would agree with you. This is not an oaky Chardonnay. I agree with you. If I was comparing this to oaky Chardonnay, it would be
Yeah.
less. It would be lower than a 2. If I'm comparing this,
It says on the
to-
bottle it's not oaky. I mean, it's not an oaky.
Exactly.
It says it.
So going into it, knowing that this was citrus, acidic, all those things, which are the
Peach and
unoaked-
citrus. That's what it says.
unoaked Chardonnay class, this one is decent.
Okay, well, we're just going to
I like
agree
it.
that I like it,
totally
and I
agree
would
with you, Stephanie. Yeah.
I would buy it. I would buy it. It just bothers me that it says Chardonnay on the bottle because I just.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Wait, hold up. When we're rating these wines, are we rating them on the fact of like what we like, or are we rating them on
So, think-
this says it's this and it's not, so therefore I'm going to take points off?
Well, you guys got
Man,
mad
I
at me
think
last
I'm trying
time
to
when
be
I
clear.
said that I can't give this a high rating because it says it's a Chardonnay, but it's not a Chardonnay. So
That's me. That's
I
me.
mean,
It doesn't mean I don't like it. It
So-
just means I would buy it, but I'm not rating it on the way it tastes.
So what you're saying is it's a good Tuesday drinking wine for JJ.
hey. But
Yes.
okay, so interesting. So I just went on to Vivino and I rated it on Vivino. Okay, and it just told me you just rated your first Chilean Chardonnay. So again, I think that Chardonnay has become so diverse that it's gonna, I mean, it's almost like fractured. You know, you have different
Yeah.
places that you're gonna say. So
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
compared to a Chilean Chardonnay, this may be a good one. I mean, think of Zins, right? Your favorite. There's a very big difference between an old vine Zin and, you know, sort of a New World
That's
Zin.
true. You see, and that's why, like when I'm rating a wine, I'm rating it on the way I like it, if I like it or not. Like I'm not gonna rate it like, oh, this doesn't taste like a oaky Chardonnay or non-oaky citrus Chardonnay or whatever it says it is. I'm just rating it on.
But to
I
her
like this
point,
wine.
if I go in and I buy a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon and I open it and it tastes like a Merlot, I'm gonna be pissed because I bought
I'm
something
not.
that was a cab. Regardless of
I'm not-
whether I drank it, thought it was decent or not, I'd be like,
This is why.
I wanted a cab, right?
And I wouldn't be because I'd be like, oh, well, this is a different experience. It's a different kind of wine. This still tastes good. I mean, like, whatever. It's a red wine. Let's try a different kind of cheese with it.
Right? Barb would be like, well, it just means I gotta buy new cheese. Okay.
Barb just wants.
I gotta just eat some other kind of food with it.
Buy
It's
new
fine.
cheese. I mean,
It's
the wine's
nice.
fine. I just gotta get different cheese to go with my wine.
Yep.
So
That's the way I
so,
look
yeah,
at
I
it.
totally agree with you 100%. And, if we were going to put this against an Oaky Chardonnay, I'd be like, spit it out on the floor or swill. So,
It's just the way I rate it. It's just, for me, that's just the way that I rate it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's fine.
I mean, doesn't mean I wouldn't buy it. Just simply means.
Stephanie, like your background is cracking me up. Like I love it. It's the best.
Hey, so Vivino,
Way back.
like Vivino actually has a separate section on Chilean Chardonnay. It says it's the third most widely planted grape in the world, and its cultivation is viewed as being the rite of passage for any emerging wine growing region. It says that Chilean Chardonnay thrives in a cooler area and tends to have moderate acidity, tropical fruit notes, and a striking minerality. Chardonnay itself has its origins in the Burgundy region of France. It is an extremely versatile grape and grows in abundance all over the world. Fast forward. It says a Chilean Chardonnay won't taste like a Napa Chardonnay. It is more similar to a Sauvignon Blanc, but with more tropical fruit.
That's true. I can see that. Yeah. So what?
Given the heavy minerality and no noticeable acidity, Chilean Chardonnay should pair nicely with dense fish dishes, white meats, and possibly some scallops or lobster. So I'm going to take a step back and be like, okay, I'm going to rate this as a Chilean Chardonnay.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, it's good. I like it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So
You cannot compare this to a Napa Chardonnay. This is in a class of its own. It's a Chilean Chardonnay.
So maybe I mean, this is where I had a problem. This is kind of a crossroads from last year too. I had the same problem, is that I don't drink a lot of anything but Napa. I mean, I just don't love anything beyond California or Washington. I like Italian a little bit, but I just don't typically drink a lot of stuff from other countries. So maybe I'm just, this is a moment where I just need to say, okay, this Chardonnay from Chile is fabulous.
Yeah. And if we go to a restaurant and we see this on the list, we can be like, oh, that's a Chilean Chardonnay. So it's going to drink more like a Sauvignon Blanc.
Good. Yeah, it's a good. I mean, like it really does. It does taste more like a Sauvignon
without the
Blanc.
grapefruit.
Whatever
This is perfect for me. This is Sauvignon Blanc without grapefruit.
Yeah.
But I mean, like again, I rate the wine on whether I like it or not,
And that's why we
and
love
I
you.
like it.
Yeah.
So, I love everything. I love all people. I love all wines.
Except the floral wine. Except the flower wine. You didn't like the flowers.
Except the flower wine and Australian wine.
Okay, and yellowtail. Okay, good to know.
But yeah, I don't like wine that tastes like flower and flowers.
Okay.
And I'm not a big Australian wine. But you know what? If someone were to surprise me with a really good Australian wine, I'd probably be like, "Hey, this is really good. I'm gonna drink some more of this."
I'm gonna find
me an Australian wine that I can go to bed with.
Okay, I like it. All right. Well, I think this has been a fabulous discussion. I think this has been one of the most illuminating we've had in a long time. So
we've taught a lot of people a lot of things. The 7 followers have learned a lot,
and we've learned a lot. So, all right, everybody.
You're welcome.
Everybody. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, it's all done.
You're welcome.
Our noble and trickster grape, the Chardonnay.
Cheers
And,
to my favorite babes, Judy.
Right.
Judy's out there.
Face.
All right. See you tomorrow.